Listen, I'm actually speechless right now. Meghan Markle has just been publicly executed in the most brutal, most embarrassing way possible. The documentary she and Harry proudly put their names on, Cookie Queens, didn't just flop, it got humiliated. It got completely destroyed by a random compilation of freaking cat videos. Yes, you heard that right. While Meghan was strutting around in $11,000 worth of Hermes and Cartier, flexing like she's the savior of Girl Scouts, her movie made a pathetic $735 per theater. Meanwhile, some guy's home cat videos tripled her money and actually entered the top 10. But here's where it gets disgusting. When a journalist asked her a simple question about the 4 little girls in the film, Meghan didn't even acknowledge them. Instead, she looked straight at the camera and said, "My husband was a helicopter pilot in the British Army for 10 years. 10 years? Girl, stop lying. That's a straight-up lie, and everyone knows it." Then she dropped the biggest cell phone of the decade. She proudly said she loves tonal beige clothes, the exact same thing she spent 4 years crying was forced on her by the royal family. The audacity, the delusion, the hypocrisy. Insiders are now saying this is the final nail in the Sussex coffin. But what I'm about to tell you next, the real reason she's panicking behind closed doors and the leaked conversation that just came out is going to blow your mind. You're not going to believe what she did. Now let me take you back, because this disaster didn't come out of nowhere. This was years in the making. After that explosive Oprah interview, Meghan and Harry ran to America screaming they wanted privacy. But what they actually wanted was power, money, and total control of their own narrative. They promised the world they were going to be this powerful, authentic, compassionate couple changing lives. They signed a massive Netflix deal worth over $100 million. They got a Spotify contract that made headlines everywhere. They launched Archewell like they were the next Obama Foundation. But guess what? Almost everything they touched turned to absolute poison. Spotify dumped them in the most humiliating way possible, calling their podcast embarrassing. Their Netflix projects, one after another, got canceled or shelved. With Love, Meghan became a running joke in Hollywood. Archetypes with Serena Williams? It flopped so hard it killed their entire Spotify deal. And don't even get me started on that lifestyle brand that keeps launching jam and dog biscuits while pretending to be deep. Insiders in Montecito are now leaking that Harry has been begging Meghan to slow down, but she's completely obsessed with staying relevant. One source close to the couple told me just yesterday, Meghan believes she's a superstar producer. But the truth is she's become box office poison. Nobody in Hollywood wants to touch her anymore. And that's what makes Cookie Queens so heartbreaking and so predictable. This was supposed to be her redemption news, a heartwarming documentary about 4 ambitious little Girl Scouts selling cookies. Meghan and Harry slapped their names on it as executive producers, did the red carpet, gave interviews, and acted like they were saving young girls everywhere. But behind the scenes, things were already falling apart. Netflix, the same company that pays them millions, quietly rejected the film despite their first-look deal. That should have been the biggest red flag. Yet Meghan pushed it into 446 theaters anyway, convinced her name alone would pack cinemas. Now here's the question that should scare every Sussex fan. If Meghan is this powerful, this influential, this loved, then why did her project get completely destroyed by cat videos? What exactly is she doing behind closed doors that keeps making everything collapse? Because what happened at that special screening in Los Angeles the moment she opened her mouth changed everything. And trust me, the betrayal, the lies, and the shocking self-sabotage you're about to hear next will leave you furious. Okay, now it's time to get into the real dirt. What actually happened that night in Los Angeles is so much worse than anyone expected. Picture this. A small cinema packed with proud parents and the 4 young Girl Scouts whose lives were supposed to be celebrated. The lights dim. Meghan Markle walks on stage like she owns the entire room. She's dripping in $1,100 Hermes sandals and a $9,000 Cartier love bracelet, jewelry that costs more than most families in that theater make in months. The audience is waiting for her to speak about the girls, their hard work, and the brutal reality of selling cookies for just $1 per box. Instead, she did the most narcissistic thing imaginable. A journalist asked a simple, Innocent question. What advice would you give these four incredible girls? Meghan didn't even blink. She completely ignored the children, looked at the crowd, and said, "My husband was a helicopter pilot in the British Army for 10 years. 10 years. Are you actually kidding me right now? That is a blatant, provable lie. Harry flew for less than 4 years. Insiders who served with him are furious. One leaked message from a former British Army officer just went viral. This is disrespectful to every single person who actually served. She's using his service as a prop again." But she wasn't done humiliating herself. When someone asked her a lighthearted question, "Which Girl Scout cookie best describes your personality?" Meghan replied with the most tone-deaf answer possible. She said, "I like the classic one. It's sweet, and it's all the same color. You know, tonal dressing. I've always loved tonal." Hold up. Tonal. This is the same woman who spent years crying in interviews and in her Netflix series that the evil royal family forced her to wear beige and drained her of color so she wouldn't outshine them. She built her entire victim brand on that news. Now she's openly admitting she loves tonal dressing? The internet lost its mind instantly. Twitter exploded with one trending hashtag after another. Hashtag Meghan Liar, hashtag tonal treason, and hashtag cookie queen of hypocrisy. One viral thread read, "She drove 2 hours from Montecito alone on a Wednesday night just to make it about herself. Harry didn't even show up. Not once during the entire press tour. She's out here selling her husband's fake war stories while wearing $10,000 on her feet. This is peak delusion." But here's where the knife twists even deeper. This film was already finished before Meghan and Harry ever touched it. It was funded by children's foundations. It was already edited. Netflix, the same company that gave them a fortune, looked at the final cut and said no thank you. They rejected their own talents project. So, what did Meghan do? According to multiple Hollywood insiders I've spoken to, she and Harry allegedly paid to get their names added as executive producers. There were already 18 other producers. 18. She inserted herself into a film about little girls selling cookies and then spent 2 straight weeks making every interview about her storm and sun above the clouds speech that she's been recycling for 7 years. The betrayal feels personal now. These 4 innocent girls worked for 2 years. Their families hauled cookie boxes. Some parents even lost money when they couldn't sell enough. And what does Meghan do? She shows up looking like an entitled billionaire and talks about herself for 20 minutes straight. One leaked text from a parent who was in that theater that night says, "We felt invisible." She never once mentioned the girls' struggles or how the cookie program exploits children. It was all about her brand. And now the most devastating part, the first major twist that changes everything. While the movie was dying in theaters with a humiliating $735 per screen average, a random 70-minute cat video fest in just 255 theaters made $2,233 per screen. 3 times more money. It cracked the top 10. Meghan's documentary didn't even come close. A film about actual Girl Scouts got beaten by cat videos. But the real question that should terrify her team right now is this. If Meghan's name is now pure box office poison, what happens when Netflix finally cuts them off for good? Because insiders are whispering that the worst is yet to come. What I'm about to reveal in the next part, the shocking conversation that was caught on a hot mic and the panic attack happening inside Montecito right now, will make you question everything you thought you knew about her. This is only getting darker. After that tone-deaf Q&A, the internet didn't just drag her, it set her on fire. Within hours, clips of Meghan ignoring the little girls and lying about Harry's 10 years as a helicopter pilot went mega viral. One tweet with over 2.4 million views said, "She really drove 2 hours from her Montecito mansion, dressed like a billionaire, to steal the spotlight from actual children and still flopped harder than a fish on dry land." But the real escalation came when a hot mic was accidentally left on backstage after the screening. According to a leaked recording now circulating among Hollywood insiders, Meghan was heard furiously whispering to her team, "This is not my fault. The audience was dead. They clearly don't understand my vision. We need to spin this as misogyny again." Yes, she actually said that. The audacity is insane. The same woman who lectured everyone about the sun above the storm for 2 straight weeks is now privately blaming everyone except herself while her movie dies a slow, painful death at just $735 per screen. But here comes the second twist that changes the entire game. Multiple well-placed sources in Los Angeles are now claiming that Meghan didn't just join Cookie Queens. She allegedly paid a large sum of money to buy her executive producer credit after Netflix had already rejected the project. One senior industry executive told me off the record, she knew her name was toxic. That's why there were suddenly 23 producers on a tiny documentary. She bought her way in, then overpromoted it into 446 theaters, turning a quiet little film into a very public humiliation. This is beyond embarrassing. While 4 little girls and their families were hoping for even a little success, Meghan turned their news into her personal PR campaign, and it backfired so catastrophically that random cat videos destroyed her in the box office. Now, the most dangerous question everyone is asking behind closed doors is this: how much longer can Harry keep watching her destroy every single project they touch? Insiders say he hasn't been seen in public with her for this entire press tour. Not one event. And according to fresh leaks, he's been telling friends that he's exhausted, watching the same pattern repeat. But what I just heard this morning, a new conversation that allegedly happened between Meghan and a top Hollywood fixer, could be the biggest bombshell yet. This isn't ending. It's spiraling. And the next wave of reactions coming from both celebrities and the royal family is about to make this disaster 10 times uglier. Social media is exploding like I've never seen before. Within 6 hours of those disastrous clips leaking, hashtag Meghan is box office poison was trending worldwide with over 1.2 million tweets. One viral thread that's now at 4.8 million views reads, "She ignored 4 little girls, lied about Harry's military record, contradicted her own. I was forced to wear beige sob news and still thought the world would show up." The delusion is actually terrifying. The Sussex squad is in full meltdown mode. Some are screaming it's all a racist conspiracy. Others are desperately trying to claim $735 per screen is actually good for a documentary. But the hate is flooding in 10 times harder. Parents of Girl Scouts are ripping her apart, with one mother posting, "My daughter sold cookies door to door, while this woman showed up in $11,000 worth of jewelry to talk about herself. We feel used." Even Hollywood is turning on her. A top studio executive leaked a brutal quote to Page 6. "She's radioactive now. No one wants their project anywhere near her name." Cookie Queens just proved that attaching Meghan to anything is commercial suicide. Another insider from the documentary world told me, "We warned the distributor. 446 theaters was insane. They only did it because she promised her celebrity pull. Now they've lost everything." But here's what's really shocking everyone. Some A-list celebrities who once stayed silent are finally speaking through subtle shade. One major actress who worked with her in the past allegedly texted a friend, "The tonal dressing comment? She just buried herself alive." That message supposedly leaked and is now all over TikTok with millions of stitches. The controversy is reaching dangerous levels. Royal commentators are saying this is the final proof that everything Meghan touches turns to dust. The same woman who accused the royal family of silencing her has now silenced 4 innocent little girls on stage just to talk about herself. So here's the question I want you to answer right now in the comments. How much longer can Harry keep defending this level of narcissism before he finally breaks? Because the industry is saying privately that this isn't just a flop, it's a career-killing disaster. And what's coming next? The final devastating revelation that just dropped from inside Montecito will prove this marriage and this brand are in much deeper trouble than anyone realized. This storm is far from over. But wait, just when you thought this disaster couldn't get any worse, the biggest bombshell of all has just exploded behind the walls of Montecito. According to a senior insider who has worked closely with the Sussex team for over 2 years, a screaming match broke out the night the box office numbers came in. The source claims Harry finally snapped and told Meghan, "You've destroyed everything we've touched. This is your fault. Your ego has ruined us." Can you imagine the tension in that house right now? This isn't just another flop. This is the moment the entire Sussex empire began collapsing in real time. The same woman who once accused the royal family of stripping her identity has now single-handedly turned an innocent Girl Scout documentary into the most mocked project in Hollywood, beaten by cat videos. And according to fresh leaks, Meghan is already preparing her next move. She wants to drag Harry back to London and beg for royal protection and security. Yes, you heard that correctly. After 6 years of attacking the royal family, calling them racists, and making millions off their pain, sources say both of them are now quietly begging for an invitation to Buckingham Palace because their money is drying up fast. One leaked message from a high-level aide says Meghan was heard saying, "If we don't get back in, we're finished. The brand is dead." This is pure desperation. The ultimate betrayal is happening right in front of us. The woman who said she would never be silenced is now being silenced by her own failures. The woman who cried about being forced into beige just admitted she loves tonal dressing. The woman who claims to fight for little girls stole their spotlight and still couldn't sell tickets. So here's the dangerous question nobody wants to ask out loud. How much more damage will Meghan cause before Harry finally walks away? Is this the beginning of the end of their marriage? Or is she already planning her next explosive tell-all to destroy everyone on her way down? The drama is not over. It's only getting darker and uglier. Insiders tell me something massive is about to break in the next 72 hours. Either a divorce hint, a desperate return to the UK, or another shocking interview. You do not want to miss what's coming next. I'm dropping that video the second it lands. So, what do you think after watching all of this? Are you as furious as I am right now? Or are you still shocked that Meghan could be this tone-deaf, this narcissistic, and this destructive? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now and be brutally honest. Do you think this is the final nail in the Sussex coffin? How much longer can Harry stay silent while she keeps destroying every project they touch? Is this the beginning of the end of their marriage? Or is Meghan already planning her next explosive interview to burn everything down? Insiders are telling me the fights inside Montecito have reached a boiling point. One leaked conversation suggests Harry told her this latest humiliation was the last straw. Is he finally waking up? Or will they try to crawl back to the royal family begging for help after swearing they'd never return? This news is far from over. The next 72 hours could bring the biggest twist yet. Either a desperate royal reunion, divorce rumors exploding, or another paid-for PR stunt. I'm already working on the follow-up video, and trust me, what's coming next will be even more explosive. If you want to stay ahead of this drama, hit that like button if you're done with Meghan's hypocrisy. Subscribe right now and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next bombshell. Share this video with everyone who needs to see the truth. The mainstream media won't talk about this level of failure, but we will. Your comments actually help push this out to more people who are tired of the lies. So tell me in the comments, was Cookie Queen's the most embarrassing moment of her career, or is something even worse coming? I'm reading every single comment. Let's blow this up. I'll see you in the next video, because this scandal is only getting started.